Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between. Welcome back to What's on the Playlist today. Today I'm going to talk about This is an Adventure by Uncle Monsterface, an image of which you will see here. Um, Uncle Monsterface is, I guess you'd call them a synth band. Difficult to say. They were formed in the early 2000s. I think they put their first album out into like 2005, 2006. This is the only album of theirs that I have. I think they put out like 4 albums and a couple of EPs, or like short individual releases, that kind of thing. They are still active. I did look at their Facebook page. They were going on. They did have a tour last October, so they are still performing live. 4 guys, primarily, I think Marty Allen is the basically lead guy. This is a band that uses sock puppets during their performances. They are very unique, I guess you say. The lead vocalist performs in a high-pitched voice. I would not call him a tenor because that implies he's singing. Frequently, it's more like screeching. Their own tagline says, "If they might be giants and Rush had a baby who wrote songs about superheroes," is probably the best way this band can be described. This album has songs called Save Our Superheroes, Kill Your Boyfriend, the Gary Gygax song, The Robot Quest, The Ballad of the Broccoli Homunculus, Mashed Potato versus Vampire. These are very silly songs. This is not a popular band. If you go on YouTube and look up Uncle Monsterface's YouTube channel, they have barely more subscribers than I do. Their average view count is about like mine is. Their average view is like between 50 and a couple hundred views per video that they put up. This is a strange, weird little band that writes nerdy stuff. And I can't help but love it for that. You know, I want to say it's cheaply produced, but it's produced with a lot of enthusiasm and a fair bit of talent. They use sock puppets during their live performances. This is just a silly, very silly band. And I have seen them perform live once. I think they're originally based out of New York City, but anyhow, I got introduced to them through my oldest daughter because they were opening for another band or performing with another band that she did like. Again, another small, weird little band that she happened to get introduced to. They were touring with like 3 or 4 other bands up and down the East Coast. And she was like, "Dad, would you take me to see this group?" It's like, "Yes, I'll go." And I went and I had a lot of fun. Can't even sure why I had fun. Just because it was so absurd and so silly. And all of the bands that performed were similar to this in that they were very eclectic, very quirky, very weird. I'm not sure not much else I can say about it. I tried looking online to like get some reviews and stuff, but this band has such a small cult following that there's almost no information out there. Even their website doesn't give a lot of information about them aside from like the tagline that I said already and a couple other blurbs that they have written themselves. You know, they talk about themselves like they're the wavy sock guy in front of the car dealership. That's them. It's just and that's a good explanation. That's a good description of them too. They're you know, the music, I find the lyrics to be catchy and the beat of the music to be catchy. Especially the song I like the most out of this album is Go. Because it's repetitive. It sounds like a distorted carnival. What do you call those things? Damn, it's right there. I don't know. That machine that plays the center of the merry-go-round that plays itself. It sounds like a distorted one of those. Is it a calliope? Is that what they call those things? I think they call it a calliope. Yeah, that song sounds like a distorted calliope. Yeah, it's going to wind up being very short because there's not much out there you could look up on your own. This is just one of those obscure little bands that I happen to like and want to inflict upon other people. So this is a short review. This is weird. I'm not sure I would recommend it to people because it is so weird. But if that interests you, go on YouTube and give it a listen. As always, my stuff is crap. As always, thank you for watching. I think I got that out of order. Or strike that, reverse that, thank you. And until next time, good hunting.